Welcome to Permission to Be Human, the podcast. I'm your host, Mel Finlater, mother, coach, and curator of Permission to Be Human, the company and community. If you're a mom, know a mom, or want to be a mom, and you crave getting out in the world to make a difference, then you're in the right place. This is a space for moms like you to connect with yourself, your purpose, and your big, audacious dreams. Because when you feel your best, you can better you, your family, and the wider world. Let's do this. Hey everybody, so great to be here again, and today's topic's really close to my heart. I have met so many people who are building business just like me and who really think that they have to know everything about building a business, and I've been there as well. And so today's episode is really about why and how building a business isn't really as much about knowing how to build a business as you think it is. Now, this might surprise you, but it's true. Now, for the first little bit, you might think or say to yourself, I don't want my business to be about me, especially as you navigate the world of social media and branding and more. But even if you choose not to be on camera or not to use your name or story as the brand, your business is still about you. So here's what I mean. We can learn all of the business skills, read all the books, listen to all the podcasts, learn all the things. But all of us at some point will feel stuck in the putting it into action part of it all. So we hire someone to dig into the strategy some more, if we're lucky enough to have the funds to do so. We get down into the nitty-gritty, and we might get into action for a little bit, and then we get stuck. Why? Because it's not about the business skills that you do or do not have. It's about the stories that you're telling yourself, many of which are there to protect you. In fact, all of the stories that you tell yourself are there to protect you. But more often than not, at this point when you're feeling stuck, many of those stories are no longer serving you. Here's some examples. You might think, who am I to think I can make a difference? Or, I'm not experienced enough. Or, what if I get it wrong? I'm not sure I can handle that. Or, there's so much to do and I just don't have the time to do it all. Or, I don't know enough yet. I am not enough yet. And so many more stories. So guess what? If you find yourself thinking the above thoughts, you don't need more knowledge. Now, this is coming from someone whose big strength is love of learning. So I am definitely one of the ones who thinks, oh, I'm stuck, I need to go learn more, right? However, that's not necessarily what I need. Yeah, learning more is great. And then sometimes because it's my strength, it gives me energy, but it's also a way to stall. You see, you likely already have and know enough strategy to start 3 different businesses. You're exactly what your business needs, and you are enough exactly as you are. And here's one thing that you likely won't want to hear. You're going to fail multiple times, and you'll survive, and you'll learn, and you'll create something even more impactful. In fact, the healthiest businesses are the ones that expect to fail. The ones that have worked on their own mindset, so they have a growth mindset, and they get curious about what the failure will be instead of dreading or fearing it. Who will try new things, knowing that failure is inevitable, whether it be in this iteration or the next. The important thing about knowing that you will get it wrong is that you also combine this with belief. The belief that you will survive when it goes wrong. That each one is a learning and a gift. The belief that the end game will not be a failure. The end game will be a healthy human who has created a healthy business that is adaptable to anything that comes your business's way and is out there to make a positive impact on the world. That's the win. So to use a sports analogy, because if you didn't know and you haven't known me for very long, I've actually spent a lifetime playing soccer at various competitive levels. So sports analogies will sometimes enter the arena. And a team doesn't win the World Cup without ever losing a game. Even if they won all the games in that tournament, they've lost so many more on their way to getting there. That's how they grow. And the good teams, the ones who eventually consistently win much of their games, have looked at each loss and not taken them personally. They've looked at what went wrong and what could be done differently with curiosity and made the changes they need to make. So in your life, and as you build your big, audacious dream, it's important to expect failure and to separate it from your worth. You are worthy. You're exactly what this world needs. You are not a failure, even if something fails. You're simply on a journey of trial and error. How to say things, what connects with people, what time of day to post something on social media, what to post on social media, and all of those business decisions that we make along the way. They can be overwhelming. We've all been there. But the overwhelm can come in two forms. The first is being overwhelmed by the stimulation being too much. And this is a different thing. Trying to read whilst doing a podcast while your kid is screaming at you, yeah, that's overstimulation and it's going to overwhelm you. I hate to tell you, but none of the things that you're trying to do are going to get done very well when you're in an overstimulated state. But even if you acknowledge that and then do the work to regulate your body and feel less stimulated, a lot of overwhelm, especially in the beginning of creating something that you feel so strongly about, the overwhelm comes from the beliefs that we attach to our actions. Those are those beliefs and those stories that we talked about earlier. So if I believe that one person showing up to a Facebook Live means that I suck and my message sucks and I must have gotten it all wrong, and I knew nobody wants to listen to me anyway, do you think that I'm going to want to get into action anytime soon? Not likely. When I believe those things, I'm saying that my worth is attached to the outcome of that one Facebook Live. Now, that's a lot of pressure. So my body and brain says, hell no, it's not safe to go and do that. You're not going to do it. And so I don't. But when I go in with the belief that action creates momentum, that my message will become clearer the more times I say it, that who shows up is connected to an algorithm, and whether I started at the right time or send out a clear message or other very tangible, actionable business things, I go in prepared to get it right or get it wrong. I know that going out there will create momentum, so I've already won. The other pieces of the puzzle, or the other failures, quote unquote, are simply pieces that can be adapted and changed and learned from. Now, with this mindset, I get into action. Because getting something wrong is inevitable, and I don't dread it. I expect it, and I'm curious about it. And it still moves me forward. In fact, when I detach my worth from my failure, I get into action more quickly. I learn more quickly, and I get my wins more quickly. So while you could claim that everything I just said is business, yes, and I say that because there are theories, especially in the technology world, about how to run a lean startup and such that include everything I just say. You could claim that's to do with your business. The point I'm making here is that business is not about the specifics of what you do or don't do. It's not about how much you learn. Well, it is in terms of learning from your failures, but not learning before doing. Business is about you and your thoughts and your feelings, and most importantly, your beliefs. And your beliefs are going to set you up to do or not do. So the best thing you can do for your business is work on yourself. Work on your mindset, your beliefs. And next time you feel bothered by something or you aren't getting into action, ask yourself, or bonus, get an accountability or partner or a coach to ask you, what belief is creating this thought? And is it serving me in this situation? And it's when you have done hard things and come back from them that you know that you can do hard things, that you can struggle well, that you are resilient. So let's detach worth from your actions, analyze your beliefs, and how they're showing up in your thoughts and actions, and get out there and make mistakes so you can learn from them and grow from them and get that momentum that you're craving. The world, your community, and your family need the impact that you will make when you're the best version of yourself. So take the time for you. That is it, folks. This has been Mel Finlater on Permission to Be Human, the podcast, and I am so glad that you have joined us here today and hope that you have taken away some tidbits that will help you go away, connect with your big audacious dream, and make that massive impact in the world that you are dying to make. If you liked today's episode, please, please, please like it, share it. Think of one person that you think would also like it and send it on over to them. Let's get this out there and more moms feeling like themselves, inspired, dreaming big, and out there being them. Please do head on over to find me on Facebook with Permission to Be Human or Instagram, or you can even pop me an email and say hello at permissiontobehumanalways@gmail.com. Say hello and let me know that you listened. What did you like about it? I would love to hear. If you didn't like it, I don't really want to know. Just kidding. You can share that if you want. I would love to know, however, who you are. Let's connect. Let's find out what you want more of. Yes, this is a newer podcast, so I want to hear from you and I want to make it what would be useful to you. As always, remember that you have permission to dream big, permission to feel big, and permission to be you. You have complete and full permission to be human. For real, you do.